Hey everyone, it's Ace. Welcome back to another video. Today we are playing a little bit of Battlefield 1. Why? Because I wanted to play something organic without SBMM, and I thought Battlefield 1 might be the perfect thing, and I thought we all might enjoy having BF1 back a little bit for a change. If you want to find out why, leave a like and subscribe, and let's get into it. First, I spawned with the wrong gun. I wanted to spawn with the Farkar Hill Storm, but instead I selected Fedorov, which I don't really like because it just... something feels off with it. It still does damage, but it's not my favorite weapon. However, I still do manage to do work with it here on the first sector on Amiens. Speaking of Amiens, I think Amiens is probably like, at least in my top 3 favorite maps. This map works on like every game. Whether I play it on Conquest, Breakthrough, or Frontlines, or anything really, it just feels good. It's just a good map design. When you compare that map to some of the Delta Force maps, which are, you know, super linear and don't feel so fun, you know exactly what I'm speaking about. I'm also playing Medic, because, as I said, Medic has access to Fark Hill Storm, and otherwise, as you guys know, I would already be support, beaming people across the map with my Bar Storm. But today, we're playing something else for a change. Now, Amiens is also a map where I have probably the most experience in Battlefield 1. I played this map so much on Battlefield 1, in Conquest and Breakthrough, so I know all the flanks and I know how to surprise people, and that's basically one of the big skill expressions of Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 skill expressions can be basically summed up into 3 things. First, you understanding how the weapons work. If you're playing support, you have to know how the LMGs works. If you're playing some of the big LMGs, you, as you know, have to hold down the button for it to reach maximum accuracy rather than tap firing it like maybe in some of the other Battlefield games. When you're playing Medic, for example with the M1907 Sweeper or the Factory, you have to understand that you have to let the weapon reset a little bit rather than just spamming it like a maniac, because you're gonna start missing shots. Now, that all sounds very simplistic compared to the newer games like Delta Force, but I have to say something here, that there is beauty in simplicity, guys. Sometimes having simplistic games and their mechanics being simple actually enhances skill expression and you becoming better player, rather than having these fake fucking games like Delta Force where your skill is getting actually suppressed by SBMM and all this modern gaming stuff on it like Visual Recoil, Insane Screwshake, and so on. So we also have to contribute that simplistic nature of Battlefield 1, of course, to it being set in a world setting, specifically World War 1. But today, as I'm a little bit older, I start to realize, compared to my younger self, when I was younger, I used to think, oh, you know, these World War 1 and 2 games are kind of lacking content because we're getting, I mean, there's only so much things you can add, right? We're limited by the era, but today, I understand that we are not actually limited by the era, we are actually enriched by the era. Yes, maybe there is a little bit few vehicles, or maybe fewer guns, or fewer classes, and so on, compared to the newer games. But the World War setting is what empowers this thing. And the way it empowers it is because it's fucking real, guys. It's not fake. And by real, I don't mean realistic, I don't mean that. What I mean is that I'm relating to the era, if it makes sense. I'm playing some German guy here on a French or Belgian map here, and I'm trying, you know, I'm immersed, you know, I'm relating to the era, and I have more fun. And when I'm playing on some fake war, like Delta Force or World War 3, I'm not really immersed, you know, it's just, you get bored, dude. You really do. Like, I can play Delta Force today for maybe like 1 or 2 hours max, and I'm fucking out, bro. I'm alt-4ing that shit, and I'm hopping on something else. But when I boot up Battlefield 1, it just time really doesn't become a factor if I have a free day. It really doesn't. And I think the World War type era wars really contribute to this. That even extends to other Battlefield games. When I boot up BF3 and BF4, eventually after a few hours I do get bored. Yes, granted, I've played BF3 and BF4 professional, and I haven't played BF1 professional because there was no pro sync, right? So maybe that's a factor, so I'm trying really not to be biased here. But I don't get that bored on BF1, man. The only time I get bored on BF1 is when I'm getting kicked by admins or something else is happening. Never ever do I get bored of the actual game itself. And that, I mean, that just speaks volumes for itself, right? In early 2016, EA and DICE released Battlefield 1 Alpha, and I was fortunate enough, as being part of the competitive scene, to be invited and play a match on San Quentin Scar, and I will be the first one to admit, back then, I did not understand the switch to World 1, and being biased as a competitive player, I thought it's a mistake after Battlefield 4 and Hardline, and I thought that people wouldn't understand why this switch is happening now, while we were riding the high horse still of BF4, and everybody was kind of starting to enjoy BF4 at that point, and BF4 receiving a lot of updates by 2016. I was wrong, of course, because Battlefield 1 ended up being the most sold Battlefield game even during that era. Can you imagine if this quality game was released today after shit games like Battlefield 5 and like Battlefield 2042, and we got this game of this quality? Can you imagine how all the streamers would be jumping on this? I mean, this game would be everywhere. Even my grandma would know about this game, how big it would be. It was still gigantic in 2016, but today I think the impact it would deliver would be incredible. Because its staying power is just a testament to how good this game is, and today, when we are starved for having a super quality game from DICE, if this was dumped today, I think just sky's the limit, honestly. Man, does this gun feel good to use though. 20 rounds in the mag, it feels good, it sounds good, it has very nice iron sights, they're really for my taste. And this is, you know, the authentic World War I weapon, I guess we can call it that, they have provided us here in Battlefield 1. It just feels good to use, you know? The random slap of Modern Weapons in Delta Force in this fake setting, it feels odd. And on top of that, they sound like crap. Here, they sound nice, they sound impactful, they sound deep, they sound metallic. You know, they have the little cling, cling, cling when I'm shooting them. You just don't feel this in Delta Force. And it's a shame. Though I will say, I guess in Battlefield 1, we didn't have the deep customization like we have in Delta Force. I mean, our guns, you can only do so much. You can, like, change the recoil pattern and put a couple of skins and maybe put, like, the A sights, and that's it. But listen to the immersion here, guys. I'm gonna stay quiet for a couple of seconds. Listen to this.
Hier, Erste Hilfe. Erste Hilfe, nimm schon.
If that doesn't get your heart pumping, to go rush into the objective, to win the game, to not let your team down, then I really don't know what fucking game are you playing. Are you blind? Are you deaf? The immersion here is just, it's really unmatched. Honestly, I don't even feel this in Battlefield 3 and BF4. I don't give a fuck if I win the game in BF3 and BF4. But here, because of how epic everything is, how immersive it is, I just don't want to fucking lose the game. So I'm gonna charge in, and I see a guy here giving me a perfect flank spawn point. We're gonna spawn on this man. We have quite a bit of tickets left. I'm not concerned here that we are not gonna win. And we have a lot of battalions left. And if we didn't have it, I would have probably just gotten a tank and we would have won anyway. So I'm gonna pick into here. I don't see anybody. And I'm gonna charge all the way down the wall here. And I'm gonna notice a box here. If you see this box here right in front of me now, we're gonna get to this soon. But I'm gonna try to thin out the herd that is trying to support the people inside the house. And I just have a perfect weapon here, but I just don't have to reload, and I can just let it rip and kill everybody. And here's the box now. I'm gonna jump over the box. It's gonna be like Gimli and Legolas in Lord of the Rings when when Legolas asks Gimli, do you need a box or whatever? I got a box here that gives me an excellent head glitch, but I hear somebody. And I think this is the admin charging me here. I'm gonna blow his head off with the fucking Magnum, and I'm gonna go for a reload and go back on my box to try to pick on the head glitch. It's something weird off it. My guy keeps vaulting over the box rather than standing on it. But now I'm on it. I'm gonna just click on heads. We're gonna slowly secure the win. Here, another guy starts charging me. Suppression fucks my aim a little bit, but we have our trusty revolver, and we're gonna blow his head off. Guys, this game is excellent. If you feel like playing something different, just go on BF1. Don't even bother with other Battlefields, at least for now. Play this, and I swear you're not gonna have a bad time. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I honestly don't know what the hell is even happening here. The admin closed the server. That box was too strong for him even. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Please leave a like and subscribe if you liked it. I'll see you next time.